In the last video, I asked you whether you were a Tigger or Eeyore. Well, I didn't really ask you. I'm asking you that now, maybe. Are you a Tigger or an Eeyore? Or maybe you're something else entirely. I want to show you something. So this guy right here, this is Tigger. And a friend of mine gave this to me a number of years ago because he said it reminded him of me. And I kind of agree. So this little thing became my totem animal. And I have been carrying it with me everywhere. In fact, he travels with me wherever I go. I take it on my road trips. I take it to my races. Took it to Nicaragua. I took it to Italy. So when I looked up Tigger and the description of Tigger as a personality, it made me laugh because I found it was so descriptive. And just like I talked before about being your best self or being your worst self, if you think of Tigger at his worst, he is kind of this bouncing, overpowering, overbearing, kind of obnoxious character that probably gives a lot of unwanted physical contact. If you were to think of a really healthy, well-functioning Tigger, you're probably thinking of somebody who is positive and optimistic and confident. So you notice that difference? It's outgoing, not obnoxious. It's confident, it's not arrogant. And it's a fine line sometimes. So we work on being that healthy, optimal selves. So guess what? This is where the team name Totem comes from. At the beginning of the year, I realized that a lot of times this is kind of like looking for our totem animal. Mine is Tigger. And he's not quite an animal. He's a cartoon character. And maybe your totem is a cartoon character too. Maybe you really identify with Ariel the mermaid or the big Hulk or someone else. Or maybe you really identify with an elephant or a hawk or an owl. It's kind of like being in that job interview and being asked, if you were an animal, what kind of animal would you be and why? And the reason that really resonated with me to such an extent that I gave my team that name is that this journey is kind of like looking for a spirit animal. It's kind of all about looking for what makes us us. And whether you are a hugger or whether you are a triathlete or whether you are a mom, all of that makes you who you are. And this journey at the end of the day is about improving your quality of life. And oftentimes we really have to learn who we are before we can improve the quality of the life we want to lead. So today, I encourage you to ask a really big question. Team Totem. Who is your totem?